It's always just a great sign when I hear that digital robot say recording in progress. Because you know what? I know
Yeah.
that in this moment, I have not out-aged podcasts and I can actually do this. That's what I feel.
As long as you hit and record, it's a good day.
It's every day is a good day when you spend 45 minutes talking to somebody and you actually record it to share it with the world.
Yeah,
Um,
that's good. It's good to hit that button. Feels
once
good. Makes you feel good
once
inside.
once in a while, I will still not hit it just so you remember that I'm 41 and you're 21.
Just for the fun of it, you got to do it just to, get a little thrill.
Just for the F of it. Hi everybody. It's MC on the mic and Tico Fantasy Show on the other side. And together we are the Cobros and we are taking over the world one endless tangent conversation at a time. That's what we're
Yes,
doing.
that
Now,
is what we do.
the Daytona 500 was something you were supposed to go to, and then it got rained out. But guess who was there? DJ Khaled, God
Yeah,
did, and The Rock, because we smell what The Rock is cooking. What the hell happened, man?
it's just a terrible situation. It rained all weekend from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't think they've ever moved. It's been like 25 years or something since they moved the Daytona 500 because of rain, and it was raining the whole entire time. They couldn't do anything. There was nothing they could do.
I don't understand why they don't get out there anyways and have a skidding sideways good time. What the hell?
Because that's how people get hurt. You got to think you're going 200 miles an hour in the rain.
Listen,
That's dangerous.
no disrespect to the NASCAR world, and I understand I'm going up against a tough audience right here. I've been part of the NASCAR world, as has my whole family for a long time. But do you think, and I was just having this conversation this week, do you think anybody goes to a NASCAR race? Honestly, honest to goodness, we don't want to see anybody get hurt, but we don't really want to see a race just go perfectly, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, personally, I love the cautions. I'm not gonna lie, I love the cautions. But here's the thing: these cars are so safe. You cannot get hurt in one. Well, maybe you could get hurt, but not lose your life. You can't lose your life in one of these cars. They are so safe now. They have so much protection around your head. The devices they're using, the helmets, the gear, everything is so safe. And I've seen these cars. The last year I went to the Coke 400, they do 2 races a year at Daytona. And this one guy, he hits a patch of grass going off the backstretch. Car flips over 12 times. 12 times in air, flips over 12 times. Guy gets out, walks out safely.
Holy cow. I mean, so it's great that these guys can't get hurt, but it's terrifying to see these type of accidents. In the past we've obviously lost some drivers from Formula 1 to NASCAR and in between, but I'm happy to hear that it's safer, like it should be safer. These guys are racing at 200 plus miles an hour in chaos. There's 40 something cars out there, and it is a rootin' tootin' good time as far as I'm concerned. When DJ Khaled shows up and he's in the Wendy's Biggie Tunnel or whatever they called it, he's bringing a whole new crowd to NASCAR. I love it. I
It's
want to
just a
see more of it.
weird collab. It's such a weird collab. They had him, The Rock, and Pitbull because they're like in Florida. They're like, okay, these are all the main Florida guys. I guess we got to bring out these three.
Listen, that's Mr. Worldwide. That's God
Hey,
did, and that's Rock.
Mr. Worldwide. I think he was at the winner's circle. He gave out like the trophy or whatever.
Where else would you expect him to be? Where else would you expect him to
Real
be?
pa,
His
dale.
contract writer probably said, "Listen, I will come to your event, but I stand in one place and one place only, and that's either the first place podium or the winner's circle, son."
That's it. That's it. That's where Pitbull's supposed to be.
Bro, Pitbull's a legend. I mean, you got to give it up for those guys coming out of Miami. They really put Florida on the map. Even going back in old school hip hop days, like Uncle Luke. I know this is before your time. I don't want to listen. When we get off this,
Throwing out Uncle Luke. Whose Unk is this? I don't know this
oh
Unk.
my god, oh my
I don't know
god,
the Unk.
Uncle
Unk
Luke.
Luke.
And all the
Sorry,
rappers in
Unk.
the world, don't get too pissed off. He's my brother. He's young. He's from a different generation. So forgive him. Uncle Luke, listen, I can't really talk and sing Uncle Luke's music on this podcast because, well, just because you'll find out when you listen to it after this podcast. But
Family
you should
friendly.
definitely go and listen. Go on Spotify. Shout out to Spotify. Not a sponsor. We just love them. Shout out to Spotify. Go to Uncle Luke and listen to, I don't know, the top 3 to 5 songs.
Uncle Luke. Okay.
And then I want
Put it
no,
on the
this is what I want
list.
you to do. I want you to do a live react. A live
Live
react
reaction to Uncle Luke.
just for me. You don't have to put it anywhere else. I just want you to hear the words of these songs that at one point were the pulse of South Florida and Miami.
You know, the only I know the only freaking Miami song I know is the Will Smith, you know?
Welcome
Yeah.
to Miami, Un
Yeah,
Benito, Ami
yeah.
Ami. Listen,
Yummy, yummy.
man, you know about
That's a
Trick
banger.
Daddy? You know about Trick Daddy
Yeah,
Dollar?
dude. Trick Daddy's the boy. Everybody knows Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy dollar signs, man. He doesn't mess around. He's another one that helped put Miami on the map. There's some Miami's got some artists, but I have to give it up to Pitbull, you know, Mr. Worldwide and DJ Khaled, keeping it hip hop and the music game alive and well in South Florida. I mean,
Yeah.
what DJ Khaled's doing with his Snipe store and all his collabs, like this guy's bringing Tommy Hilfiger back in the picture. Not even new Tommy Hilfiger. He's reinventing the old Tommy Hilfiger to make it super fresh again. He's got so many Jordan collabs and golf collabs, things that
He's everywhere.
he's making me want to get into stuff that I never wanted to get into at all. I appreciate that.
He's that boy, DJ Khaled. Gatorade.
He's got 2 Drake tracks, by the way, if you haven't heard on his new record. And if you have 2 Drake tracks on your new record, it's likely to go platinum. Hey, speaking of Drake and music, shout out to Aubrey Graham for a second. Shout out to Aubrey Graham and his album Going Diamond. Hey,
Did you hear all the news about Aubrey Graham?
of course I did. And listen, I knew Drake when he was Aubrey Graham back in the day. Listen, nothing surprises me. When I met that dude, we were doing promos for South of Nowhere in Degrassi in New York. We were in a limo. I was sitting there. The limo driver that was the part of the rental for the day, we were using it to shoot a scene of us getting out and going into a nightclub. I had my feet up on the limo bar, and the guy turns around, right? He turns around in the limo and he's like, "Hey, put your feet down, bro." And of course, me being the hot-headed little cocky a-hole that I was, I put my feet down and I like shove them off like this. And I'm like, she ain't got to be an a-hole about it. And I like turn away like this. And he puts down the window. He turns around again and he goes, "Hey, you want to get out of the car, boy? You want to get out of the car?" And now keep in mind, like I'm an actor
Take
on my
them
first.
feet down, boy. Take your feet down. God
Right. And
damn.
I did. And I took my feet down and I was on this is the first TV show I was ever an actor on. And I'm sitting in a car with all these other fellow thespians. I don't want to be the loudmouth kid that I know I am from Florida. I've got to get out and knock this guy out. But guess what? Guess what? This is why I'm so happy for Drake slash Aubrey Graham going diamond. Before I could even get another word out of my mouth, he leans in, right? He's sitting way in the back of the limo. I'm on the side seat right here. I'm on the side seat. He's in the back of the limo. He leans forward like this. He goes, looks me dead in the face and goes, "Hey, yo, you want to get out of the car and pound on this?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I do. But we'll all get fired and not make our paycheck." But he had my back, and I only knew him 2 days. I had known him 2 days. This was the time when he was taking interviews with Slip and Slide Records in New York, I believe.
Slip
This is
and
before he was
slide
signed to a label.
records.
Dude was putting out freestyles on MySpace that people don't even know. You don't know about MySpace.
I know it. I know it. I was like,
Listen,
MySpace was gone before me. I was MySpace went and gone.
yeah, it ain't your space. It's my space. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, he
It
was putting
happened.
freestyles out that were better than half of the albums produced. And this was just back in the day. So, anyways, enough about my so-called wannabe affiliation with Drake slash Aubrey Graham. We're proud of that boy. He's crushing it, and he's obviously doing well in all the other facets of life and physical form. I'm assuming I didn't go Googling the videos. I'm just saying everybody sent them to me.
What music are you listening to nowadays? What are you
I
on?
got a little bit of everything. You know, I grew up on Wu-Tang Clan. Wu-Tang Clan was by far my favorite hip hop tribe. The 2 biggest influences on me musically when I was a young man was Wu-Tang Clan and Rage Against the Machine. So like opposite ends of the spectrum, but a similar political message behind both. So Wu-Tang recently, not recently, but a few years ago came out with a
A
TV
while
show on
back, yeah.
Hulu. So I've been catching up on that. It was really fun. But I never really let go of Wu-Tang Clan. You know, I love them so much. I can't let go of hip hop. I've recently got into country. You know, Jelly Roll came in and swooped me up, and you know, doing all the interviews for American Idol with Katie, Lionel, and Luke. I got to know Luke a little bit, and so I mean, his voice is like a velvety piece of chocolate cake, even when he talks to you. Like when he talks to you, and he's like,
He's got
"Hey,
that
Matt,
country, yeah.
how you doing, boy?" And you're just like, "Hey, talk some more." And so he's gotten me into country. I love this. I got this Zach Bryan canvas painted on my wall. Zach Bryan's like a folky country guy, but he's
It's the
ex-Marine. Shout
yeah.
out to our military, all branches. We love you so much.
It's the new era country though. Like you got like Zach Bryan, Jelly Roll, Noah Khan, like all of these guys. You got a whole new era going on, and it's good. I like what they're doing for country music.
I got one for you that's going to blow your mind. Gary Clark Jr. You need to be taking notes, man. Well, you need to be taking notes. I'm telling you good shit. You're not writing it down. You're not going to remember Gary Clark. When you get
Gary
off this
Clark Jr.,
podcast, you're doing two things. You're going to Uncle Luke Radio, Uncle Luke
Uncle
on
Luke.
Spotify, and Gary Clark Jr. on Spotify. Just those two. Give me that, please. I know you'll never get into Wu-Tang Clan because they're too scary for your
What do you mean?
generation.
I listen to some Wu Tang. You know, I'm about. I like that whole old hip hop scene.
Okay, so what are you listening to? Let's fight about it.
Right now, okay, right now I'm on a bit of like a rap wave right now. Every week
What's
it
the
changes.
it better be Kendrick Lamar,
I
Nipsey
love
Hussle,
Kendrick.
somebody that you
Kendrick
can actually understand what they're saying.
Kendrick is at like you talking like best rappers all time, like Kendrick's up there on my list. But
Boom. I
right
like you.
now I'm listening to a lot of like, you know, a little bit of, like gangster rap, you know. You
No, I
got
don't know. Tell me who you're listening to.
you got like Moneybag Yo, you got like Big Scar. Who else you got? You see that I'm listening to a lot of this like very hard beat, you know. You
I,
got who
I
else you got
like
out
it,
there?
but is it mumble rap or is it rap?
It's not mumble rap, but they're definitely not rapping about the best things.
But no, I don't care what they're rapping about. If they're rapping about their situation, it's good rap. But can you hear it? Because a lot
Yeah,
of it. Give
I think
me. Will we get kicked off if we play like one line or something so I can hear it?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't
Let's
know what
see.
YouTube's
Oh, Key
policies are.
Glock, Key Glock, man, Key
Come on,
Glock.
give me a little bit of something. Let me hear a little bit
Let's
of
see.
something.
Let's see. Let's see.
Because
Let's see.
listen,
Let's
I'm
see.
not against any artists out there making a buck and making their bag on whatever it is they're doing, but I can't attach myself to music. I can't understand what they're saying. Okay, stop. I got it. Check it out. Bro, have you ever heard of 3-6 Mafia?
I've heard of them. I've never
Three
listened to their
Six
music
Mafia
though.
play any song from them because they obviously gave birth to whatever you're listening to.
Probably, yeah, but
They,
that's like the whole like genre I'm listening to right now. I'm getting into that.
bro, please, one more thing on your list of notes. 3-6 Mafia, please. They have Oscars. They won Oscars.
3-6 Mafia. I'll put them right next to Killer Mike.
They are, listen, Killer Mike, and don't forget LP, EL-P. He's the other half of Run the Jewels. You need Killer Mike and LP. They work together. They're legendary. They're gonna hopefully be the guys that I can't even. I don't want to say it and jinx myself. Um. Anyways, you
Talk
got
about
some
bringing the
music.
rap game back.
They're gonna bring the rap game back. You are gonna introduce your generation to the rap game for the first time with these tracks. You're gonna be like, you're gonna go somewhere this weekend and you're gonna be like, hey y'all, have you ever heard of Uncle Luke? Hey, everybody, hold up. Hey DJ, play some Uncle Luke, and you're gonna see the boys and girls of the gathering or the party that you are at lose their damn minds. Trust me, man. You're going to listen to it. Dad's going to run in. He's going to be like, oh, Uncle Luke. Everybody knows what's
Dad
up.
don't
I'm
know
telling
no
you.
Uncle Luke. Dad don't know no Uncle Luke, man.
Listen,
Dad listens to Lionel Richie every night and freaking
hey,
I
man.
love Lionel Richie. Don't get me wrong. Lionel Richie's
Lionel's the
great.
man. And let me tell you something. I got to meet him and talk to him a couple times over there at American Idol. What an incredible human being and a kind soul. And he's there and present and he's there for everybody. He's a sweetheart. So we support Lionel all the way.
He's one of the last left. He's one of like the last legends still out there. So, you know, we got to cherish the people like that.
Got some Dolly Parton. She's still kicking it.
Hey, man, she's always here. She's a
Listen,
queen.
are you a Miley Cyrus fan?
After that freaking Grammys performance, yeah.
That's
Or
what it took.
Oscars, Grammys. Well, I've always been a fan of hers. Just she's had a little. It's been a lot of up and down years for her for a while, but she's doing really good now. I love to see it.
Listen, you have got to go add one more thing to your list of notes. I need you to go look up the Jolene live performance of Miley Cyrus singing this song.
Probably
You
have
know this,
seen it. Yeah,
it's Jolene.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
She sounds a little different than you, but yes, that is the song. Um, all right, so let's come on. Let's move on. Let's move on through on pop culture. If we're in music, what are you watching these days?
What am I watching?
What do you watch other than sports?
I've been watching a lot of documentaries. So when I okay, this is gonna sound silly, but when I was younger, there was this big thing called, it's gonna take us right back into music, but SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah.
SoundCloud rappers were a huge thing when I was growing up. It was like this whole like huge wave. And now they're making all these documentaries and stuff about them. And they're really I like it because that's like how what I grew up in like middle school and high school. So I'm watching all those right now.
I have a great music documentary. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. It's a couple years old now, like 5 or 6 years old. It's called The Defiant Ones. Have you seen or heard about this? It covers like
Uh,
Dr. Dre's journey through the Beats headphones, through Eminem,
oh,
Snoop Dogg. It's 4 parts. It's got Jimmy Iovine, who's kind of responsible for a lot of these guys. You'll love it. It's super
what's it called?
tough. It's called The Defiant Ones. It's like 4 episodes.
I
Really,
love
really good hip hop.
I just love music. Like I love the whole music world, like all the sides of it, the country side, the rap side, the SoundCloud rapper side. There's a lot of different sides to it and I like it.
There's a lot of
Interesting.
great stuff to be found on SoundCloud still, like like
Yeah.
you can put up and sell beats, and it's just a wonderful platform to discover music. What I am always irritated by good music is that there's so much good music that you could listen to like a new album every hour of the day that you're awake and still not hear all the good shit
Nope.
before you die.
Nope. It's the same thing with movies though and TV shows and everything. There's so much great stuff to consume, just not enough time to consume it.
Holy shit. Have you seen Have you seen Wonka?
No, I haven't, but
No.
you watched it?
Four
It
times
was,
this week.
oh, it was it. Okay, listen.
First
So
of
there's
all,
a
Macklin says you look like Timothy Chalamet if you shaved that mustache.
Oh, well, hell, man, that's a huge compliment.
That's what
Thank
I
you.
said. I was like,
That's a
yes, he
huge
does.
compliment. I'll take that all
Bro,
day.
Timothy, if I was such a fan of the Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, that when Wonka came out, as much as I love Timothy Chalamet, man, I love this kid. I love everything he does. I was hesitant to watch the movie. Finally, Mandy's like, let's just buy it. Macklin's got to enjoy it. It's about chocolate, blah, blah, blah. It's unbelievable. It's perfectly intertwined. It's got all these Easter eggs that tie right into the Gene Wilder movie. It's it's curse word
It's
phenomenal, dog.
it's getting I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. So there's people who say what you're saying, and then there's
Yeah.
other people who are saying, I hate it. I couldn't watch 45 minutes of it. I had to leave. I had to leave
Those are the
the
people that
theater.
spend all their time on Instagram watching 7 and 27-second videos. They can't sit
They
through a
don't got
movie.
that film appreciation.
Dude, you got to appreciate what they did with this movie. You got to appreciate the diversity and the beautiful casting. You got to appreciate the how they connect the characters. You got to appreciate how Timothy Chalamet just so much is playing a younger version of Gene Wilder. It's effing magic, dude. It really is. It's
I'm
such a
gonna
great
watch it.
film.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
watch it.
great
I was
film.
gonna watch Barbie. I need to watch Barbie. That's the first thing on my list. I need to watch Barbie because I've heard way too many good things about it to not watch
Same.
Barbie. Then I gotta
Same. I
do
haven't seen it.
Oppenheimer. Then I gotta do Oppenheimer. Then I gotta do Willy Wonka. And then we got Dune 2 coming out. Timothy Chalamet out here with the banger after banger after banger.
Listen, I am not on the Dune franchise. I tried the first one. I saw it. I respect it from a filmmaker's standpoint, but I'm not a big into that universe, sadly. Now,
Yeah.
Barbie I haven't seen, but I've talked to every filmmaker in town. Barbie and Oppenheimer, obviously. I want to see both, and I haven't seen either one of them. Just because I'm torn, I got to watch a kid movie and an adult movie most nights.
Yeah.
Um,
The
but
thing with
Barbie, man,
Dune, yeah, the thing with Dune though is that the first one is just all build up. There's
yeah,
nothing good in the first one.
that's what I felt. That's what I
There's
felt.
nothing good in the first one. That's why the second one is going to be amazing. And then the third one is going to be one of the best movies since Star Wars.
What did you think of the two avatars that followed the first Avatar? Did you see those?
So the first Avatar is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Agreed.
That's obvious.
Agreed.
This I don't know second and third.
They're the
There's
second one. The third one's not released yet, right?
okay
Yeah.
okay. So the second one watch the first 30. It's too long.
It's
It's too long.
it had a lot
Long.
going on.
There's a lot of
Um,
stuff they can cut.
yeah, it felt like there was a lot going on. I still appreciate what it is. The universe that James Cameron created is wild. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's
it's
beautiful.
insane. It's
Yes,
a
and
CGI masterpiece.
yeah, that first movie though, I remember just like
It
I just
still holds
couldn't
up.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I still can't. Like when you watch it and you turn it up real loud and you see the guy
Crazy.
like transfer from the first time and you can't walk and you're like,
It's crazy. It's
it's
still the
amazing.
fact that it still holds up today, and I think it's like probably 15, at least 15 years old, probably. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, you got to see Wonka. Wonka's magical. I want to
Yeah,
watch it right now.
I'm gonna watch it for
I've
sure. I'm
been
gonna
I've been
watch it.
on the Instagram trying to help people, right? Like with kind of positive mental and physical, any way I can kind of help people get a positive message in the new year. I've been on one nonstop.
Well, I see you, man. I see you jumping into that cold water.
Man,
Oh.
I am whatever the day is today. Today's I can't see it
Yesterday,
up.
I think you said was 54, or the day
Yeah,
before
so today was day
54.
55 of
Yeah,
waking up before the sun comes up, waiting for the sun to come up, seeing the sun with my eyes before I have caffeine, going in the cold plunge, then having coffee and warming my body up through a workout. Man, I feel good. It's hard
probably
to
feel
do
amazing. Yeah.
every time. It's hard. Like it's super hard. But I watched one too many motivational videos of Kobe Bryant saying don't negotiate with yourself, and I'm
Yeah.
done negotiating with myself. I
The
haven't
Mamba, the
no
Mamba
way.
mentality.
Bro, that's it, man. And that's real. It's got to be that, or you're not going to do it. We give ourselves so many options, again, to just be comfortable and cozy, and that we forget what it feels like to be comfortable and cozy. We don't even appreciate it anymore because you're not suffering to get there, man. It's revolutionizing my mindset.
Or maybe I'll be doing that when I'm like, maybe I'll be jumping in ice baths when I'm 40. But right
Bro,
now,
you got to get
I'm,
the younger generation on it. You could be the ambassador of 21-year-olds making good decisions.
dude,
Listen,
I'm
you can
out
go.
here. I can't. I just can't do it. I'm out here till 2 o'clock in the morning, freaking editing on my computer. I can't be waking up in the morning jumping in no ice bath.
You
Huh.
can't until you suffer so much that you decide, I have to do this. I have to do this. You're not at that stage in life yet. Once you get into your
Eventually,
40s,
eventually, I'll definitely be at that stage. I think everybody gets that stage eventually. But right now, I'm still like, it's I still wake up and there's like new things to see every day and new things to do, and I'm still happy. I'm still happy like doing stuff.
oh my gosh, that is one of the most around the back of the bush smacks in the face I've
I
ever
didn't I
received
didn't
on a
mean it to be.
podcast. Listen, I still get up and am excited to see stuff too. Okay. There's
Don't get like
exciting
like
things for old, decrepit 40-year-olds to do in the morning.
as you get older, there's like things get like a little like normalized. Like you wake up and you have the same cup of coffee and you eat the same thing for breakfast, and then you do the same thing in the afternoon, and then you do the same thing at lunch. And when you do that for, I don't know, 20 years, it has to get boring eventually.
You better start changing your breakfast now because I know you're eating the same thing every day. So you
I
better
eat the
start.
same I eat the same thing every single day. It's
You're an
it's good
old
though.
40 year
It's
old
good though.
in a 20-year-old body.
It's good though. It's good though. I do 3 eggs. I do 3 eggs with a whatchamacallit, like a tortilla, like
Yeah,
you get the big tortilla, throw some
delicious.
cheese on there, and maybe some tomato, maybe some whatever leftover vegetables are in the fridge. Just throw it all on there, fold that John over, and bam.
Listen, what you're doing is significantly better than what I was doing at 21. I was in going to Florida State University at that point, and I was just waking up eating dollar store loaf of stale, half moldy bread with some ramen noodles crunched up in the bag without even water, like they were
Oh,
Fritos.
hey man, that's the college life though.
That's no life, man. That's no life. Everybody, we always want to think like, when I go to college, it's got to be this way. It's got to be difficult. It's got to be this or that. No, it's easy to make healthy, informed decisions, but sometimes you need somebody to show you the way. This guy right here. Go to Matt Cohen for real on Instagram, and I'm going to help
Go
you
there.
all see it.
Right now, pause the video, open up your phone, go to Instagram, type in Matt Cohen for real, go like every single video, subscribe, comment, do it all.
Yes, because it's going to change your life. If you're subscribing, dude, I'm baking 3-ingredient healthy sugar-free desserts made all organic. I'm going to pop off some stuff to you after this thing. You're going to freak out this thing. Guess what I made? So this morning I woke up at 5:30 and I had to wait for the
Oh,
sun to come up. It didn't come up till like 6:30. So I was like, I'm going to make some baked stuff for my kid. I made 2 ingredient chocolate mousse. I made peanut butter chocolate covered what do you call those little chocolate round balls? What are they called? Little
Cake,
round.
cake ball, cake ball, cake
No,
ball,
no,
cake,
not a
cake ball.
cake, not a cake, like a rich, like it's almost like fudge. Anyways, I'll show you pictures. Like these fudge peanut butter balls,
Nugget, fudge nugget.
and I made 3 ingredient brownies all within an hour, like crazy. The brownies are nothing but cocoa powder, 3 eggs, and bananas. No sugar. You just add. Yeah, it's crazy.
You just put that. What do? You just put that in the oven?
Yeah, I mean, basically, you got to like blend it up real well, and then you like 350 for 40 minutes. I'm telling you, man, I'm making a cookbook
Oh,
for
I
dudes
don't
and
think we even got a.
bros.
I don't even think we got a blender. Sheesh.
Listen, you'll get there. Once you get a little more like, domesticated, you get a blender. A blender will be actually very exciting. At one point in my life, I spent like $400 on a Vitamix blender. Shout out to Vitamix.
Those are
They're
them
not a
good
sponsor.
blenders. Yeah, them good
Yo,
blenders.
my blender starts up like a NASCAR in the kitchen. You
Yeah,
gotta like,
man.
I gotta
That's
cover it with a towel to muffle it down a little bit.
you turn that little knob, that thing go. Oh, oh.
It gets me fired up. But
I
yeah,
think we.
so I've been baking healthy recipes and taking people through workouts and taking people through cold plunges. The subscribers are getting a lot of like full length nonstop video of me and my boring kind of journey through mental and physical balance, but it makes me feel good, and the people that are subscribing, which aren't that many, are holding me accountable to do it. So I show up every
Yeah,
day like they're my boss, and sometimes you need to find the one thing that's going to force you to get better, even if it's an outside influence, and you got to accept it, right? Don't be scared to be motivated or invigorated or excited by some random ass person that says something to you online, or some speech from this trainer, whatever. Like, allow it into your body, and I'm allowing all motivation in at this point, and it's flowing
good.
right back out, and in exchange other people are getting it and giving it, and I love it.
That's good. That's good. Motivation's good. That's everybody. That's what my followers do. My followers every day, they're out there. We love you, Tico. We love you. Keep posting. We love the content. I do it for them. I
We got
love
to
them.
get we got to get some swag up. I really want to focus before I got to go to Australia in the first week of March to do some work, and so I want some Tico Fantasy Show t-shirts. I want some MC on the Mic t-shirts and some Cobros t-shirts, which are going to be fire because I want to stick with the 8-bit kind of gaming kind of. It doesn't
Dude,
have to be
I got
just like
you.
our logo, but we're going to come
I'll
up with some.
design some stuff. I got you. I did a Tico Fantasy Show shirt. I haven't like put it out or anything
Well,
yet.
let's put it out, and we can put it up on my Etsy shop that's kind of linked to everything. You know what I'm saying? Because it's already got a bunch of followers and a bunch of good responses, so people kind of trust it. They
Yeah.
trust me. um, and so we got to get some stuff up for the fans out there. I'm gonna do a bunch of filming while I'm in Australia, just fun content to add on MC on the Mic. But I think right when I get back. Maybe I know I wanted to kind of get to Austin with you by February, but I think
Yeah.
right when I get back, we should just do it in March. It's going to be warm.
Let's
It's going to be
go.
spring break time.
Let's
All the
go.
everything is going to be right. So I think second, third week of March, you and I do like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday or something during the week,
Works for
because
me.
all the good comics practice their new material Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's a bunch of good shows, like music shows, and just a bunch of other stuff I know during the week that's easier for us to access than the stuff on the weekend. So
Yeah. The
I'm
weekend
looking
stuff's
forward to
always
that.
hard to get into.
Yeah, it's way more chaos. We'll get way more traction us just being there and hanging out during the week.
Yeah. And you get cheaper drinks during the week.
Cheaper drinks all the time. We're all about cheaper drinks. We're all about good barbecue. I mean, we're gonna do it right. We're not gonna be sleeping much. We're gonna stay awake for 3 days.
Texas got
Go,
that good barbecue. That good. Oh man. I
bro.
went when we drove to California once upon a time to
Yeah.
oh man. We went through Texas. We stopped at a barbecue place. Man, them ribs, the meat's falling off the bone. I got me some chicken, some beans. Oh,
The best, man. You cannot beat good Texas traditional
mm,
barbecue. And I've got a list of recommendations from some buddies that live down there. I'm just hungry thinking about it. It's too
oh.
close to lunch for us to be having this conversation
Whew.
on my end of the United States, anyways.
It's my end over here too, man. I eat lunch way too late.
Come on, man. You got to get on a schedule. Listen, I got to work on how I talk. I keep talking to people. I'm understanding that I can't tell people, "Hey, you gotta do this, you should do that." This is very important. I'm gonna teach you this lesson now. You learn
Learning.
through therapy later in life that you have to speak differently to become off less aggressive to people and things like that. So when we say, "Ah, you should, you should, you should," yeah, I'm telling you I know better than you, you know? I should say, instead of, "Hey, Tyler, you should do this," "Hey, Tyler, you could try this." Instead, give you an option to think about it. It's super important just in the way people talk to each other because nobody wants to be bossed around. And I'm a very bossy, I come off as a bossy guy. I don't mean to be, but I'm very much like, yo, you got to do this. You should do that. Yo, you got to do this. You should do that. Instead, I'm going to try to start saying, hey, in my opinion, you could try this or you could try that.
In my opinion, you could jump into that really cold thing of ice water. You could get right on in there, do your thing.
That's right. You don't have to, but you could if you want to. Now, I should do it because I know that it works and makes me happier up here and way happier as a physical form. But you could do it if you decide. It's up to
I
you.
definitely, yeah, I probably could, but like, I don't want to. I don't want to. That thing, you take them ice bags and you throw them in there, and man, that just looks cold. That looks terrible.
Listen, while we're on here talking, I have connected with a stem cell institute called, I won't say their name yet, but we're going to link up. I'm going to start doing
Stem cell.
some connect with this stem cell company down in Panama that's doing wonderful things for people who are injured, and it's a beautiful company, and I want to talk about it, but I don't feel like I can yet. But I'm bringing this guy Tony on my podcast next week, and it's going to be an episode that you'll want to watch because it is really intriguing at the benefits of some stem cell research and stem cell treatments. For instance, there was a vet who basically was injured so bad in action that he couldn't get up out of a wheelchair or lift his arms. And after the stem cell treatment, he was able to lift up his son and pick him up for the first time. Some of these stories of stem cell success are remarkable. So I just look forward to talking to this guy, and I wanted to tell you about it because it's not something you'll have to worry about at your young age unless you have God forbid, a horrible injury of some sort.
Hopefully not.
Lots of football players, lots of race car drivers, lots of people that have had injuries are seeking this type of treatment, and it's really remarkable at what it does. So I don't know how I got on this
I've
tangent.
heard about it. That's when they no, maybe that's something else. What's the one something where they take your blood out and they infuse it with another something
Yeah,
other
that I
blood,
think
something
this is
like that?
some part of that. I don't know all the details, so I don't want to talk out of
That's
line.
that's
But
that's why that's why you're bringing the guy on. That's
yes,
the whole reason. Yeah.
next week I will be picking his brain, and I'm so excited. This is kind of
Sick.
like he's an old friend who I haven't talked to in like 15 years, but he started this beautiful company because his father had diabetes, pneumonia, and COVID, and was 80 years old and was about to die. He scooped him up, put him on a plane after reading and hearing about some of this, and now he opened his own institute led by some of the finest John Hopkins doctors and researchers and neuroscientists, and it's really incredible. So obviously, I'm going to geek out over talking to this guy because I'm at the age where I'm like, man, I'm 41. I love to live to 141. How do we make that happen? And that's like I think with the innovation of Western medicine, if we all don't blow each other up first because
Hmm.
of our tribal influence, one direction or the other, I think people's lives in the next 10, 20 years are going to get longer than they ever have been. And that's exciting because I'm like
Yeah.
at the age right before I start getting old and just deteriorating where I'm still going to start taking care of myself. And then Western medicine might make me, I don't know, like some
Which
half robot.
that's like a blessing and a curse, kind of like the same time. Like, I don't know. I want to live till 100, obviously, but I don't know if I want to live past 100. I don't know if I want to live forever. The world might be a pretty messed up place in 150 years, 100 years. You never know.
That's true, but once you have a kid, you're gonna wanna live forever.
Okay, that's a great point. Yes, I 100% agree. That's a great point. That
Because
is a
like my
that's a great
only
point.
goal now is to better the world by bettering the citizens in it, by bettering my humanity, by showing them humanity. That's all I want to do right now. Of course, I want to keep on making movies as a director, as an actor. I want to make a lot of money, blah, 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 blah. But now the first thing on my list, given that I have some time off work and I've had some months to think and reflect on who I am, what I'm doing, I need to help people. I need to wake up every morning and go, how can I be of service? Some service to somebody other than myself. And that feels really good. And through that, all these wonderful people have been kind of falling into my life. And I just got to keep it going, and I got to stay committed to what I'm doing. And it has to stem only from helping people with wanting nothing in return. It makes me feel good. It's selfish in a way, but it's also kind of the most pure selfish form of
Yeah,
love I can offer somebody else.
it's a little bit of both. It's good. It's a little bit of both worlds. You're helping yourself and you're helping them. That's the goal at the end of the day. That's awesome.
Yeah, I always talk about like discipline being super important, and the only
It
discipline
is.
I ever really learned in my life, other than dad saying, "Listen, you got to get good grades and you have to show up and go to school. Those are the only two hard rules I'm going to drive into you." And he did that to me and it worked. The only other discipline I gained was while I was at school. There were a few teachers that invested in me. Shout out to Mrs. Kraus, Mr. Gruskin. There's some great ones out there. And then the football coaches, Coach Walker, Coach Sizemore, just all Coach Arthur, all these amazing coaches at American Heritage School when I was going there taught me discipline. And the discipline is being able to shut down some immediate pleasure for a long-term goal. Like that's it. Like just
Yeah.
instead of just eating the donut, at least I'm going to do something positive and then maybe eat the donut later with a glass of water. You don't have to neglect yourself living and enjoying everything that's out there to enjoy, but you have to have the discipline to not be a total piece of garbage and give up on yourself because you had one donut and then, oh, I had a donut for breakfast, so lunch I should eat cake, and I
No,
should just eat
yeah.
Jello for dinner. You can't. You got to just have the discipline to say, you know what, I can make a slightly destructive decision and then reel myself in and enjoy the rest of the day. But
It's also
discipline,
showing up like when you don't want to show up as well. Like you might when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to get out of bed and you still get out of bed and you still go and you do that thing you don't want to do and then you go and you get to do the next thing. I mean, that's discipline. You got to be disciplined. It's
yes.
a huge thing.
And it's so simple to just do it a little bit. I read this book called Atomic Habits, and it kind of breaks down making good habits and good decisions doesn't have to be easy. And one of the examples it gives is like, all right, so you've never worked out before in your life. Now you're going to wake up and you're going to start working out. Well, day one, you're going to wake up, you're going to open your eyes in bed, and you're going to be like, nope, forget this. And
Yeah.
you're just going to close your eyes and go back to bed. So, day two, what do you got to do? You got to commit to yourself and not negotiate and say, all right, I'm at least going to sit up when I wake up and put my feet on the floor. And then you do that, right? You do that for a week. You sit up, put your feet on the floor. I'm still tired. I'm going to go back to bed. And then the second week, you say, I'm going to sit up, put my feet on the floor, then tie my shoes on each feet. And if I still don't feel like going, I'll take my shoes off, put them back down, lay back down, and go to sleep. By the time you get the second shoe tied, you're like,
Yeah.
screw it. I'm going to
Gotta
work
just
out.
go at this point.
And this is just how simple it is. We got to push ourselves. Just a little bit of discomfort will lead to a wild, triumphant success eventually. Just we
Yeah.
give up so fast. That's it.
Yeah. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I'm a lucky guy. I when I started working, I probably started working out 3 years ago, and now I work out like Monday through Friday every single day.
It's
And
beautiful.
Monday through Friday, I guess it's not every single day, but
Yeah, but that's a great routine. You don't have to do it. I work out 7 days a week because my mind needs it.
that's 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 what I was
I
gonna
have a
say.
family and different bills and different worries. So when I work out, it boo 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 boop.
Yeah, that's what I
I'm
was
all
gonna say.
cleaned up.
That's what I was gonna say. I was so lucky. Like I love working out. It's like I want to go work out. Like I go every single day at like 6 o'clock. Bam, I'm going and working out. I love it. I love it. It's like a great like release from my mind. I get to release all my like anger and all the issues and
Do you
anything I
do the
have
morning or at
problems.
night?
Night. Well, six at night. Yeah, at night.
6 p.m. Yeah, I didn't know if it was 6 p.m. or 6 a.m.
I can't wait. I tried for a while to like wake up early and just work out like as soon as the day started, but man, it's just hard. I felt like it made me tired throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, you have to find a way to shift your schedule, right? Like, so you would have to, like, if you want to wake up early, you have to be in bed, closed eyes by 10, so you
Yeah,
can't
it's
edit
just
late.
not happening.
But you're young. You don't have to worry about that. For a guy like me,
Yeah.
like when I'm up till 4 o'clock in the morning, no matter what, I wake up from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. No
Yeah.
matter what, my
That's your
body can't.
circadian rhythm.
Yeah, and so like I'm really with the sun, I can push through at night. Like if I'm shooting a project or directing a project, I can, have a cup of coffee at 11 p.m. and I'm gonna stay this fired up till 4
Yeah.
a.m. But then at 5 a.m. I'm gonna fall asleep on myself. But at 6:30 a.m. my heart's gonna go doof, 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 doof. It's time, bro. It's
Yeah.
time. Get up. And that's okay. But for you, listen, I'm not telling you to wake up. You're 21. Enjoy your sleep. Sleep is the most beneficial thing you can do to your brain. I will tell you this. I got these recently. Look at this.
What do you get? What do you get? Are you telling me those you're gonna tell me those are for like the lights, like the lights on your oh that's fantastic. I need to buy those. I need to
They're
buy those. Get so many
$9. I'm gonna
headaches.
send you a pair right when I get off. Shout out to this company. I don't know who it is. Sleep ZM.
Oh, I need a pair of those. I look at a screen all day. It's so
And so at
irritating.
7:30 p.m. as the sun starts setting, boom. And what it does is literally it's just like an orange frame. So anything that's blue, like your background, it turns to green. And so it gets rid of all the blue light
Oh,
on any screen. And
oh.
you kind of look cool. You kind of look like some funky card player.
You look
Some
like you should be running a club.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? You want to come in my place? It's $20, 2-for-1 drinks. There's some lovely ladies and some beautiful, handsome men. What are you into? Come on. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
anyways, but these really, so the blue light, according to people that are far smarter than me on the internet, the blue light really screws up your circadian rhythm, right? So when you're looking at blue lights, once the sun goes down, it mimics the sun being out. So your body thinks
Yeah.
it should be awake. So those glasses are great. We'll send you a pair of those. And you could put them on while you're listening to all that great music I told you to check out because you look cool listening to Uncle Luke
I'll
with
be
those
over
on.
there for jamming out.
Bro, you better give me a reaction video. I need it in my life, man.
Oh
I need
God,
it in my
man.
life. And your
Gary Clark,
followers.
36 Mafia, 36 Mafia.
Oh my God. He did not say 36 Mafia. You know what, guys? I'm so sorry for my
I'm gonna get messed up. I'm gonna get that's not good. I can't be saying that.
one half of Cobros is a
Sheesh.
mental patient, and
They're
that's
gonna be
me.
after me.
The other half is just learning about 90s pop culture. So we'll teach him and we'll give him some space to learn. That's okay.
Hell yeah. Get some 90s pop culture drip.
What else is going on? What else we got to talk about before we get on with our day? Because it's 11:50 and I'm about to go eat some food here shortly.
Let's see.
What's
What else
going on
we
in the
got?
world of the Tico Fantasy Show? I know you got some new videos out. I know you got some stuff. We need to connect, and we need to exchange some links and some stuff because you
Yeah.
said you put Cobros on TikTok.
Yeah, it's
I
on
c-
there.
I
I
can't
need to
find
send it
them
to you. Well,
probably because
they're on there. You
I
should Google them. They're
I don't
on
have
there.
a TikTok.
Cobros. It has our logo. It's right there. I had to freaking like screenshot it off YouTube
Yeah,
and then I had to overlay another version of it so that I could fill the background and it be like the pixel color instead of black. It was very
nice.
difficult.
Well, that's why you're 21 years old and super capable of keeping this
Yeah.
41-year-old up to all technological specs,
Got you. Yeah. I'm that guy. I figure it out.
What are your plans for this weekend? What do you got going on?
I'm going to figure out how I can start live streaming. So I'm gonna be like setting up like a whole thing. I want to start streaming on Twitch, streaming like video games and just talking. And I have a lot of people who want me to start doing that. So got to
Yes,
give the
yes.
followers what they want.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. And I'd love to tune in and watch that stuff too. Macklin wants to get on Twitch and start streaming his Minecraft and this and that. He wants to have his own live show.
I could stream with Macklin.
Seriously, he's at the age, right? Like, so he's about to be 9 in April, but like, every generation is
Oh, that's
older. Like,
crazy.
so like when I was 21 is going to be like when you were like 25 or when you were like 16 or 17. You know what I'm saying? So you're that
Okay.
much more
Yeah.
advanced. So you at 21 is like really like a 25-year-old Matt Cohen. And then Macklin at 9 is like a 14-year-old Matt
Yeah.
Cohen. And it's crazy how smart he is. It's crazy how capable he is. So today we're like setting him up with his online Minecraft handle and his name finally because he's like won't stop bugging me about it. It's like all his bros and girlfriends at the soccer practice are like, "Hey man, when we gonna get on it? When we gonna play? My handles this and my handles that." And I'm sitting here like, "Oh God, I'm gonna have to get online." He's gonna have his headset on, yelling curse words, just like my little brother Tico was. I remember coming in your room when you were like 12 years old yelling at you, going, "You are not yelling F bombs. You are not yelling F bombs." Shout out to Xbox Live, also not a sponsor. Am I capping
I
out on the
remember that. I
audio?
remember that like perfectly. I remember that. I remember that. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I yelled
I,
at you, and I
I was probably
just
like 12, maybe even younger. I don't know. I was playing Call of Duty on like PS3 or something.
yes, I regret yelling at you. I regret breaking your Legos, but you know what? I'm
It's
here for
funny.
you now. I'm gonna
That's
take you
that
to.
big brother treatment. I need that.
I thought you needed that. Brothers need to be supportive, not big dickheads. Like, sorry for the.
Sometimes you got to get big brothered. It's good. It builds character development.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But we can also build character through other supportive ways. I think challenging yourself is great, but listen, at least I didn't hold you down in a cold plunge at 13 years old.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. There you go. You didn't.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of pop culture events, this is really a sporting event and a pop culture event. Francis Ngannou is going to take on Anthony Joshua for the heavyweight championship March 8th. I will not be live calling the fight because that didn't work out, but we'll be enjoying it, and Tyler and I will be talking about it. So, do you know anything about this event?
No. No.
Anthony Joshua is one of the champions of heavyweight. He's a British guy. He's unsponsored by Under Armour. Like, he's a legit champion. And Francis Ngannou is the baddest man ever in the UFC. He recently left the UFC to challenge Tyson Fury in the heavyweight
Oh.
championship, and Tyson won the match, I think, but Francis Ngannou knocked the shit out of him. And now Francis Ngannou is the most feared man in the world.
Hmm.
Francis Ngannou is about to come in and, mark my words,
There's a championship fight.
make your bets. Yeah, I believe it's a heavyweight championship fight.
Ooh.
He is Francis Ngannou, the UFC champion, is going to demolish, and knock out unconscious Anthony Joshua. No offense, Anthony
Oh,
Joshua,
you're making a
AJ. I
call.
love you, big dog. I love you, but you're in trouble. You are in trouble. This is a hot take, and you heard it here
Making a
first.
call.
If you don't know Francis Ngannou's story, you better look it up. This man has survived things that I can't even tell you how violent and how horrible his upbringing was. The fact that he's even alive today, the man
Oh.
crossed deserts 3 times on foot, it's remarkable. Please, Francis Ngannou, all power to you, baby. I can't wait for you to be the heavyweight champion of the world. The fight's happening in Saudi Arabia. It gets no bigger than this.
Well, I think I have heard about this actually, just because you just said Saudi Arabia. I do remember hearing about a fight there.
It is massive. And we'll talk again. We should do another podcast, hop on Monday, Tuesday, early next week, and just keep ramping up because I am so pumped up about it. It's going to
Last
be a
week,
wild one.
last week was a big UFC fight. UFC 298, I think. Last week,
I,
new
I didn't
welterweight
see
champion.
I didn't see it. Who was it?
So the former champion Volkanovski,
Oh yeah, he got beat.
dude, he got knocked out
And
round two,
homeboy, and he
man.
called out, what's his name? What's the guy that beat him?
Um,
I always forget his name.
I forget
Damn it.
his
I'm
name
sorry
too.
I'm forgetting your
Forget his
name,
name
great
too.
champion. We're sorry. We're sorry. But he called out Conor McGregor, and hey,
Yeah,
Conor,
he did.
come on, bro.
He won't. He won't
I
do
know,
it.
but he
He
doesn't
won't.
have to. But we, the fans, we need a Conor McGregor to get back in there and rough it up and get a little loud and intolerable to some. We love that, man. We sports
Yeah.
need.
It was a good fight though. I mean, the beginning of it, the Volkanovski was beating him, and then out of nowhere, bam, dude was down. Hit him one time in the chin. It was over.
And how about this? In other fight news, I believe Floyd Money Mayweather has teased us with an exhibition fight, him versus Manny Pacquiao.
Oh,
See?
I would love to see that. Oh God, I would love to see that. They're trying to keep my boy. They're trying to keep Manny Pacquiao out of the freaking Olympics right now because he's too old. Let
What
him
kind of shit
fight.
is that? What kind
He
of
wants
shit
to
is that?
fight. Let him fight. Who cares if he's old?
He's
Let him fight.
45 years old.
Exactly. That's not old. Let him fight.
Bernard Hopkins was knocking out guys till he was 50 in boxing, knocking out dudes. How are we going to put an age limit on the Olympics? Manny Pacquiao is going to come in there at 45 years old and dust these young fools. What's the
Yeah, yeah.
problem?
Let Manny Pacquiao fight, bro. I would love to see Manny Pacquiao fight. That was like the highlight of my childhood. Is staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning watching Manny
Yeah.
Pacquiao fight. Oh,
It's
good old
awesome,
days.
man. Manny Pacquiao's an icon. He bridges generations. I mean, he's a bridge between you and I, 20 years of boxing, and it's amazing. So, man, bring free Manny Pacquiao into the Olympics. Come on. And we're going to get
Let
some
him go.
t-shirts
Let him
made.
go. What are we at? What are we at?
We're good. We're long, and I got to go anyways because I got stuff to do. It's 11:57. Anything else you want to plug before? Wait, let's do this. I want to start doing this at the end so people know. I'm MC on the mic, one half of Cobros. You can find us on the Matt Cohen YouTube page. You can find me at Matt Cohen for Real on Instagram. You can find me on Matt Cohen for Real on Threads, Matt Cohen for Real on X. Tico Fantasy Show. Where do the people find you?
So you can find the Tico Fantasy Show primarily on TikTok. We're starting to post a lot more on YouTube. We got Tico Talks coming out every single Friday at 6 p.m. I edit the hell out of it. I spend way too much time on it, and you should definitely watch it. What else do we got? We got the Cobros on TikTok. It is on there. I don't know why he can't find it, but I found it. It's on there. Cobros. Go look for it. And I think that's it. I'm on Instagram, but I posted one video on there. Kind of gave up after that.
Nah, keep it going.
I need to keep it going. It's so difficult.
Cross post everything you're doing
It's
on
so
TikTok.
hard. It's
Just
so
send
hard
me
because
send me your
post...
short content and I'll put it on our YouTube channel as
I can do that,
shorts.
yeah. I can. The problem is like everybody requires a different format.
I know.
It's so you got to edit a completely different video for every single group. It's just
But the shorts are all long ways. You know what I'm saying?
They are, but like the amount of time that they allow. So on TikTok, I'm posting 2-minute clips. You can't post 2-minute clips on shorts, and you can post them on Instagram, but they don't get views. It's like
right. What are the shorts limit on YouTube?
60.
60 gotcha. All right. So we're going to work it out. We're going to get some stuff. We're ironing out some bumps in the Cobros podcast, but we're having a damn good time and we appreciate you for listening. Please, please, please like our shit and subscribe. It's only going to get more colorful as we go on. We'll be in Austin, Texas if you want to join us sometime in mid-March if you're Austin local. Eventually. If you're an Austin local, we want to come over. We want to come to your house, do a live podcast and a barbecue, maybe drink a Bud Light. We're not scared. We're going to hang out.
Yeah. Drop that down in the comments. If you're in Austin, put it in the comments.
Yes, let us know. If you're a comedian and you want us to come to your show, we'd love to come. We'd love to interview you afterwards if you're up for that. If you're a restaurant, if you're a brewery, if you're anything local, we're coming to Austin. We want to support you. We want to support the culture. And Austin's going to be our start-off city because it's halfway between the Tico Fantasy Show and MC on the mic. So we're going to reunite and make the Cobros in Austin. It's happening.
You just got a wide shot.
Did it go wide?
It went, whoo. It was cool. It was like I don't know. He's not gonna do it again.
All right. Well, this old 41-year-old figures out how to handle technology. Peace out, folks. Give us some comments below. I'm Matt Cohen, one half of the Cobros. That is
the Tico Fantasy Show, and have a wonderful day.